game, and that don't come any easier now as further along we go in the NCAA playoffs. Obviously, strong teams. They were well prepared for us. I thought I did a good job given the circumstances with the field conditions. I'm actually glad that we didn't play yesterday because whoever would have lost that game, that would have not been fair really to the team. And today we found much better conditions thanks to Brandon McCauble and his staff from operations. They did a fantastic job working all night to clear the field and making it playable today, and providing a good surface for us to get this game in. So we are really thankful and grateful for him. Congratulations to South Florida. They did a fantastic job. They were a tough team, very athletic, very strong. Kids were competitive. I'm glad at the end we pulled it out.
Coach, just talk about watching Ethan get that goal at the end. I mean, what's your first reaction, and just how happy are you for him to put that away?
Well, I'm happy for him because in the leading up to it, he had 2 chances and the shots didn't fall for him, and I could see a little bit of a frustration in him. And I'm very happy for him that actually he had the guts to continue and to look for his next opportunity, which is what you want from a center forward. Here and there you miss a few, and it's just part of the game, but he stuck in there and he converted then when it mattered.
What do you say to the kid when he gets a game winner like that to send you guys to the College Cup? I mean, what do you tell him?
Well, it is a knockout stage. There's no comeback. You score the goal, the game is over. That's the sudden death of the overtimes. I felt like going into the overtime, I felt like we had the momentum. I felt like we were maybe a little bit fresher, and I told the guys, play forward, keep the pressure on the defense, and the guys did. We had a couple of shots in that span of like 8 minutes.
Coach, talk about just taking your team to the College Cup in your first year here, how gratifying that is.
Well, it's wonderful. That's a dream come true for me, and of course for the boys, they very well deserve it. They worked extremely hard all season long, and not only the 11 that you see playing, or starting. Everybody on the squad was a contributor, and it's a wonderful bunch to work with. We had fun, Johnny and Justin and Matt and I, as a staff. We had fun to come to practice every day, and that's what it's really all about. You're trying to train with like 18 to 22-year-olds, and you get them ready to be competitive players, and you get them ready to play matches, but more so, you're preparing them for something bigger later on too.
Coach Brian, setting the record today, obviously it's a team effort. I mean, how happy are you for that defense and being able to set a mark like that?
Well, I mean, look at it. In 23 games, we allowed 5 goals. I don't know what kind of a statistic that is. It's incredible. Then it's just fantastic. It's a great tribute to Brian Holt as a goalkeeper, because he's a wonderful goalkeeper. But I also have to give credit to the guys, that work very hard to keep the ball away from him and shield him and block the shots.
What is it about Brian that makes him such a good leader and somebody that this team can follow and count on every game?
I think it's his maturity. He's a very mature person. He's very focused, and with him you see no difference whether it's a training session or whether it's a game. He just performs the same way. So he's really task-oriented, and you always can depend on him.
Just talk about your match coming up. I know it's early, but what do you think about your first semifinal match?
Well, we're digesting today, and by tomorrow then we're starting to prepare for what's coming our way. So it's going to be Charlotte. We know that they've won in PKs over UConn. I know very little about them. I have not played them. Not even with North Carolina have we played them recently, so I know very little about them, but I'm sure we find out some information, and we'll just look forward to the game.
What can these players expect, because they haven't been there before, but you have?
Well, I just think we need to stay relaxed. Nothing changes. We have to take care of the game. And that's what I said to the guys today. It's not the event that matters, it's the game that matters. So don't lose your focus. You need to solve problems on the field. You cannot think past that. You cannot just be preoccupied by being a Final 8 or by being a College Cup or whatever. So let's just play the game.
One more. Coach, how satisfying is it to watch your team celebrate at the end? And I mean,
well, it's a great relief. It's a great relief because we worked hard. We put ourselves in this position, and to see us then come through finally, after a hard-fought match, that was just a great relief for me. I was really happy for the guys.